Hi, this is Jack Zarek. I was going to make some sort of vlogging series. I realised that I don't live a life interesting enough. I started putting some stuff together, but I realised that that's not going to be entertaining. So I'm going to switch up what the video is. And I realised so far that I'm making videos and then critiquing them because I don't like them. I'm going to show you what I have learnt from this week. What I've done this week isn't interesting. What I've learnt from it, I feel like has at least some value. There should be called the at least some value show, like the series. Should rename this to it's something. What I've learned is that I can really lose my motivation and get completely derailed from one event. And that event mainly was editing the video in the evening. Because what would happen is I'd be editing the video and a few hours would go by without me realizing, and it'd be kind of late. And if the closer I got to finishing the video, the more dedicated I felt to finishing the video. And so what happened is it got to this point where I stayed up all night to get that video done. And from that point, that just sent me into a spiral. I haven't even fully recovered my sleep yet. It's been pretty bad. I was up all night and then passed out for like 2 hours at 6 a.m. and then just kept it running for the rest of the day. Yeah, that was rough. And it completely set me off course for what I was doing. And I was kind of a bit sick, and I stopped going to the gym, and I lost all my motivation. I lost everything. I was just floating. And I got back to that point where I was before, just floating along, not really having that drive and that push. You can live a life where you're just floating along, and you can learn to accept it. But I feel deep down inside that I'm worth more than that, and I don't want to just be drifting along, not having any kind of sort of concrete identity of myself or having no self-worth. So I want to achieve something. Now, my achievement is making a bunch of unpopular, barely interesting videos, and so be it. But I want to at least try and create something, try and achieve something. I somewhat recovered yesterday, and I had some recovery today. And so starting next week, I'm going to get back on track and start getting productive, start waking up at the right time, start going to bed at the right time, get everything back into the flow of things. And I got to the gym today, which was good. It really fired me back up again. It gave me that motivation, that push, that energy, that power. I realized in time that I have this idea that I can just float through life and somehow everything is just going to work out. And it's given me this picture, this analogy that it's kind of like I've collected this bundle of sticks, this tinder, this bundle of twigs, and I'm just kind of hoping that the sun will just hit it at the right angle at the right time, and my fire will take spark and ignite. But most days I'm just sitting there and I'm waiting and I'm floating and I'm just kind of waiting for it to happen. I'm waiting for some external force to come in and set me going and put me on the right path. I have to learn that that's not the case. There isn't going to be some strike of lightning that's going to come down and save me, and I can just wait around all day and just wait for it to hit me and the motivation to come in, and I'm just going to be all guns blazing and everything's going to be perfect and great. You have the ability to start your own fire. You have the ability to rub those twigs together and to get something going. You have the ability to motivate yourself and to push. Like, motivation isn't this fleeting thing, this fleeting transient idea where it will just, sometimes it will come to you and sometimes it'll leave and you're just hoping that it is with you and it stays. You have to get it. You have to put yourself in an environment where it comes to you, where you create it. You have to create your own motivation. We have a lot of limiters in our own mind that belittle us and tell us, where our limits, where the maximum state is. Like, you can't go past this. A big thing that I've had to combat and deal with is the fact of just accepting where things lay and how things are, and just thinking that this is the way it's always been, and this is all I deserve, so this is how it should stay. But I've really been, through reading and watching educational content and learning, I've discovered that everything is within yourself. It's deep in there somewhere. The motivation, you have to create it. You have to put your mind in a state where you're going to have that spark. You have to create your own spark. You can't wait around all day. I shouldn't be waiting around all day, waiting for things to just work out. I have to get up and get it done. It seems as though that a weekly system is going to work for me, so I'm going to try. And it's funny because I started making when I was a kid, I would make Minecraft YouTube videos, and the whole trope of everyone around that time was like, I'm gonna have a weekly, a daily schedule, and I'll upload at these times and do this, and then like they'll upload maybe never again, or they'll upload one video and then never again, and they just give up. And then maybe they'll upload like a video in like another few months. So it's a bit cringe to try and set a schedule when I'm just starting out. But for myself and for my drive, for my motivation, I feel like setting some kind of idea of a time scale pushes me forward. So I'm going to try and get some sort of weekly something going. It's not good having not having it within lines so you can track it, but I want to post a video every week. So this is a test. This is just playing around with it and seeing what happens, like what hits the wall, what sticks, what I find interesting, what the audience finds interesting. So there were some moments where I was feeling down with the vlog, but there was some. So I found the actually posting the video was great. Like it came with a lot of shame. A lot of bad feelings. I felt shameful, I felt bad, I felt like, oh, it's not polished, it's not a good product, I'm putting something out there and it's not good. But it's out there, and I feel good that I've just put something out there and people are going to see it, and so be it. Like if it's awful, like who cares? Who cares if it sucks? It's just keep it going, and we'll see where this road takes us. Okay, so here's a story. Early on in primary school, there was this idea of gifted children. And so I picked things up quite quickly. I was excelling and I was doing pretty good, pretty fast. And then so we started secondary school and I was kind of put onto the same program where you were deemed like a higher set and you were like a gifted child. And so I was put onto those programs. You have an idea that you're smarter and you're, more developed and you're better and all these sorts of ideas. But the only thing it really instilled in me is the idea that I'm smart, so therefore I don't have to put the effort in because I'll just get whatever I want. Like I'm just a smart person, so I don't have to put effort in because I'm just smart and I'm just gonna do well. And so what happened there is that I would barely do any work. I'd pay attention in class and then I'd like never do homework. I never put any kind of real effort in. I would somewhat pay attention in class. In some classes I wouldn't pay any attention. I'd just mess around. Stop doing homework, stop doing tasks, stop caring whatsoever. I was a huge gamer. Just playing games, man. Just playing games. Getting those sick, getting aces in CSGO, building shit in Minecraft. What else was there? Fucking Roblox, Fortnite, just wasting my time away. It really instilled this idea that I feel like is still somewhat with me today, and it's the fact that I don't have to put effort in. Good things will just happen to me. It's like I'm the gifted person. Like I should just get I'm everything. Like I'm the gifted person. So good things should just happen to me and I don't have to put effort in. And what happened in my classes is that my natural sense kind of carried me along a bit, but I suffered so much because I just didn't want to put effort in because I became adverse to putting in effort. Oh, I'm smart, so why should I have to put any effort in? I'll just get good grades. I'll just do well in my tests. But it really went downhill because I just stopped putting the effort in. I feel like this carries into current times, but I'll just be sitting around and I realize deep inside my subconscious there's still this idea like deep inside there that I feel like everything will just resolve itself because I'm the destined person. So everything's just gonna work out because I'm the protagonist. I'll be sitting around and it's like, oh no, I'm gonna make loads of money and be famous because I'm the protagonist and it's just gonna work out for me. But that's not the case. At the moment I would say I'm very much an NPC with ideas of grandeur that are non-founded. I've got to really challenge that belief that good things are just gonna happen because I do have to put the effort in. And I'm going to do that. I'm going to start interviewing people. I'm going to start talking about actual topics that people would be interested in. I'm going to try and create interesting content, interesting ideas, something that is worth watching. Who's going to watch a vlog someone just sitting around not doing anything? It's boring. You're not doing something. It's going to be a two-way thing because it's like I want to make interesting content to interest people. I know something interesting, but to do that, I have to be doing something interesting and doing interesting things. In a way, it benefits us both, as you, the viewer, and me, the idiot, me, the clown, the jester, where you get to see interesting things, interesting content, and I get to do interesting things, create that interesting lifestyle. Like I get to be in the interest, and you get to view the interest. If that makes any sense. No, but I do feel like no, it's better. But it's good for me because I'll be pushing forwards. It'll be my driving force. I get to indulge in doing interesting things, and then I'll be creating interesting content. That's great. That's a great thing. My next video plan is to make a video on computers. Sounds boring, but I want to look at the history of computers and then the way we interact with them and the way it changes the way we see the world and the way we see each other. At the beginning, I want to go hard into the history of it, the details, the lead up to where we are now. But after that, I feel like I want to do interviews and then make it more dynamic where it goes into different areas. Because I was adverse to just making content where I'm just reacting to videos. It's just me viewing other people's content and me using other people's content. I want to be creating the content. I feel like that's the most satisfying for me myself, is if I was creating content rather than just observing other people's creations. But who knows, maybe we get there at some point. Maybe I do become a React YouTuber. I'll make a second channel, Jaxarac Reacts. Oh god, that sounds awful. Jaxarac Reacts. Jax React. Kind of works. Jax React. Jaxar Reacts. That sounds really strange. So this feels like a good jump off point. I'm not going to make any more vlogs the way they are because documenting paint dries. I'm going to create something interesting and maybe I can kind of interweave some kind of vlog or behind the scenes into there and see how that develops. I seemed at the beginning to have an idea that I'll be vlogging my lifestyle or like me progressing, but I've got to focus on becoming an interesting person to create interesting content. It's a challenge, you know? When I was younger, I used to have the idea that I didn't have anything to say and I didn't do anything. So what's the point of me talking to people since I'm just going to be boring? And that's not true. A lot of the conversations you have with people, it's actually not based on the content of what you're saying. It's the energy that you bring, your body language and how comfortable and relaxed you are and how you like the message and feelings you're giving to others. So don't ever feel dissuaded to talk to people or speak your mind because you feel like you're not interesting. You know, just it's all about the connections you have with people. A lot of the time, it's just a connection of energy. Like people just want to be happy. So if you can just kind of give like a happy feeling to someone, then I'll go ahead and do it. It just doesn't matter what you're saying or what you're talking about. I feel like it's just about connecting with the same person. But I used to feel like I was a boring person. I didn't have anything to say. I was uninteresting. I didn't do anything. Like, well, you want to talk to me? I just get up and I play games. I just play as the years go. What's interesting about that? I click heads and get aces. But that's not true. I mean, a lot of the time it's just asking about the other person. And so I feel like this would be good for me to like develop myself and my abilities. I have a reason to become more interesting, to become a better person. And we'll see how this goes. So thank you for watching. I really appreciate you spending the time to be here. And I hope you have a great day. I hope you have a great, whatever's going on, I hope it all works out and you're having a great time. Catch you in the next one. Bye bye.